All right, gamers. See you, gamers.
Well, you're gonna have headphones? Sick.
I sure am.
Oh, Commander Justin on the pod.
Stop it.
Those earphones.
What would I even command?
Did you just get back from the Joe Rogan experience?
I did, and an experience it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, he started off, he greeted me, he punched me in the shoulder as
Oh,
hard
wow.
as he could.
Is he strong?
Yeah.
Dang.
Have you seen all the elk he eats?
Yeah, I've
He's a
seen
big
that.
guy.
Yeah.
So he punched me as hard as he could, and I was like, ow.
Hmm.
And he was like, it's dynamo time. And then he started running around the room really fast.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I always wondered what he did before every podcast because it's kept pretty mysterious.
We never did the podcast.
Oh, really?
Well, I thought I was going to, and then I got there, and he was like, no. Welcome to, it's not, is it, that was meant to anymore? It's a new show.
Is it?
Is it? Is it really?
It's our podcast.
It's our podcast. We think it's called, it doesn't really look like a right now,
Yeah, not at the moment.
but I think we're just going to call it That Was Mint, probably. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, the Dolphin's still here, so, you know, it just pretty much ignore everything I just said.
And it's still mint.
Yes. Regardless of what the title is. All the videos are mint, regardless.
Yeah. I guess everyone wants to know where we've been for the last, what, like 3 months?
3 months? No. It's been less than that. Well, we've uploaded, you know,
Yeah.
we've uploaded since the last podcast, but they've all been videos that we've, like, made.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um,
On our road trip.
on a road trip, or we made the one short film.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know how long it's been, but how long? 4 months. 4 months.
Well,
4 months. I just had a brain blast like Jimmy Neutron.
4 months.
4 months.
Well, there's an excuse. There's a reasonable excuse.
Yes, there's a
My
few. There's
car was broken, so I couldn't drive here.
That's correct.
I couldn't get to the pod, guys. Sorry.
And by several reasons, we mean one, and that's that Ethan's car broke, and so we couldn't go do the podcast.
There's no pod without my car.
It's true. You see it in the background of every episode. You just have to look very carefully.
Just X-ray through the wall right there. You'll see it.
Yeah, it's back there somewhere. This is a nice blue wall that is made more blue by the blue light that we've put on it.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, get a real blue overload. You know.
Mm-hmm. Like a blue. I don't know. I'm not. I cannot be clever today.
Yeah.
But we're here in a new set.
It's been 4 months. We're rusty.
It's been 4 months. We're all rusty from speaking. I haven't spoken in 4 months. I don't know about you.
I haven't talked to anyone.
No, me neither. I'm surprised I've gotten this much work done, like without speaking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten any. I've just been in my room.
I haven't eaten. I haven't slept. I haven't spoken. The monks know what they're doing, pretty much.
The
is what I'm
monks,
trying to say.
yeah. Give up all material possessions.
Yeah. Like, I didn't give up all material possessions.
Oh.
You know. Well, you know.
Well, you know.
Anyway, what do we do to start? We don't do, like, news anymore.
Yeah.
That's a throwback.
Talking points? I have some talking points.
Sure, let's fire it up. This episode, by the way, should be uploaded relatively close to when we actually film it. So hopefully everything we're talking about is still topical. And if it's not, sorry about it.
So, basically,
Mm-hmm.
all right, we'll get into this subject because this is a little timeless. This isn't too topical, so we can,
Sure.
even if it does come out late, the people will still be able to connect.
Yeah.
What? I haven't watched a Marvel movie
Mm-hmm.
since Endgame.
You haven't seen any of them?
I don't think so. Maybe was there a Spider-Man after Endgame?
Yeah.
That was the last one.
No.
Then.
Not No Way Home. Far From Home.
Far From Home. I
No,
saw that
That's with Jake Gyllenhaal.
with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't watch Black Widow. I didn't watch the new one, the Nine Rings or whatever.
Shang-Chi. Haven't seen that one.
Yeah,
'cause it
I
just
haven't
came
seen that. What else came out from them?
A bunch of shows.
I haven't watched any of the shows.
So a bunch of shows, and then you hit the pretty much Black Widow has been the only
Yeah.
movie, and then Shang-Chi like just came out, so
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, can't comment on it.
Well, so for me with the Marvel movies,
Mm-hmm.
there's just so much of this stuff. Like I love, but I can't keep up. I don't think I'm gonna just I'm not gonna be there for every single release.
Sure.
So my topic was I don't know. I have a new standard for these Marvel movies. I feel like
Okay.
this stuff has to be actually pretty dang good to get me into the theater to go see it.
Yeah. Well, how do you decide what's actually good? Is that just reading reviews, or is that asking people you know?
I mean, yeah, people I know, trusted reviewers on the internet,
Mhm.
Moist Critical, that guy.
Sure.
He's never led me astray
Yeah.
on a movie review.
Yeah.
But just you hear from other people, but also I like stuff with a director that I like,
Yeah.
James Gunn doing this, Taika Waititi's doing something.
Right.
But if it's just Jim Johnson making this whoever
Mhm.
I haven't seen the Shang-Chi movie. I've heard it's good. Or what's it called?
It's called Shang-Chi. You got
Shang-Chi?
it.
I haven't seen it.
Yep.
But I've heard it's good. But I don't know if there's really any directors or actors connected to it.
Yeah. The guy that directed it came and spoke at my college.
Oh wow.
This was pre him getting announced to do Shang-Chi. So it was kind of cool when I was when I heard the news that he got announced to direct a Marvel movie, I was like, wow, I've seen this man in real life. Now he's going to direct a Marvels. He made, what did he make? He made a movie called Short Term 12. That was pretty good. I don't know if you've seen that.
No, I haven't seen Short Term 12.
That was pretty. It's one of those movies that you look back at the cast, and you're like, man, he got a lot of A-listers way before they were A-listers.
That's a good. That's always fun.
Now I'll warn you, Brie Larson is in it. So I know I know. So I don't know if that makes you not want to watch it anymore, but it was a pretty good movie, and she's actually fine in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, to your point about Marvel, yeah, I watched Black Widow on Disney Plus, which I know Scarlett Johansson is not pleased with.
She's coming for you.
All right,
You're done.
what's she gonna do?
Crush your head between her thighs. She might. She's a strong woman.
Yeah, but I don't know. My head's pretty strong. That's what they tell me. 70% bone. Do you know that?
What? Who?
70% by my doctor.
You?
Yeah.
You're 70% bone?
Yeah.
You
So
bone man? What the?
No, they put 70% bone in there, and then 30% is brain
In your head?
in my head. Yeah, since I was a baby.
Do you have a thick skull?
Yeah.
Real thick.
Yeah, they tried. They didn't drop me, right? But I got bonked against a wall one time,
Yeah.
and the wall broke. So
Hmm.
that tells you that. So I'm just saying, I don't think there's much
Oh my
Scarlett Johansson can do.
gosh.
But on a real note,
That's crazy.
I saw it on Disney Plus, and it was because I was tired of I want to go see it in the theater, But it had been out for so long that I kind of just gave up on the prospect of I have to go see this one in a theater. Because I was like, whatever, it might be fine. I've heard it was okay, not great.
Yeah.
I figured this isn't one I'm going to bend over backwards to go watch in a movie theater, which is a whole nother topic of what that's doing to the film industry and
Yeah.
how awesome that is.
Oh, it's ruining it.
But Shang-Chi's only in theaters, and it's breaking box office records, even with that. So that's a good sign, right? That's a cool thing to see.
It's only in theaters?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
And then Kevin Feige said that it was their nifty little experiment to release a film in theaters. They're like, oh yeah, we're just gonna experiment around with this film. It's like our little test film, and the filmmakers and actors did not appreciate that comment. So,
Yeah.
understandably so, I'd say.
Yeah, all this straight to streaming stuff is, I don't like it. I
Mhm.
think it's hooky booky.
Yeah.
Let's get back in the theaters and the exclusivity.
Sure.
Because, like, they're going to run every movie theater out of business by releasing stuff the same day on a streaming service, right?
Yeah, they basically already did. I mean, there's still movie theaters. Obviously, they bounced back. And it's cool to see Shang-Chi make so much money
Yeah.
because it means hopefully more studios do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes I like it. I sometimes appreciate having movies release like on streaming services as well. And it's
Yeah.
usually because it's a movie I don't really care about,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, well, I don't have to go see this in theaters. And that's like the HBO Max movies that have been coming out. I can't think of one off the top of my head, but you know, those types of movies where I'm going, do I need to go see Scoob in theaters? No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I've been watching the Marvel shows, but those are on Disney Plus, so you know, there's no go to a theater for those or
Yeah.
versus anything else.
Yeah. Marvel. How far things have come since the mere days of Robert Downey Jr.
Mm-hmm.
in Iron Man 1.
Yeah.
Now it's like the biggest thing ever to
Yeah.
happen.
It's pretty crazy. I'm excited for the new Spider-Man though.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be a good one.
Woo. Oh, I hope Tom Hardy shows up.
Tom Hardy as Venom. Venom. He probably will.
What's going on, man? And then, like, Venom's like, I'm gonna eat your face.
I haven't seen Venom. I'll probably watch it at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen clips.
Of Venom.
Yeah.
All I know is Venom's just. It's like weirdly funny, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like
it's like weirdly
It's
funny.
almost a comedy, which is strange. I don't know. I think with for me, I'll still watch the Marvel world to see what's happening. If they keep releasing in theaters, you know, those are always good. Hopefully those draw people back to the theaters, and I'm not going to wish against the success of those because you know how much money they make, and
Yeah.
you know, everybody goes to see them. So but really, in terms of my own excitement, it's been whittled down to I'm not really excited for every Marvel film. Now I'm just excited for Spider-Man and Guardians, and I knew Doctor Strange looks good because Sam Raimi's directing it, and it's Doctor Strange. So that's pretty cool.
It's Sam Raimi is I like that guy.
I love Sam Raimi.
He knows how to make a movie.
I'm really glad he's getting another chance to make superhero stuff, especially since they were like, nope, you can't make Spider-Man 4.
Yeah.
And now he's getting to helm what, I mean, has been built up. I know you just said you haven't kept up with the Marvel world, but the multiverse is like, you probably saw it from the Spider-Man trailer. Spoilers, if you haven't seen the Spider-Man trailer. Who even are you if you haven't seen that trailer, by the way?
You deserve to be spoiled.
But it's all the multiverse stuff, so, you know, people are saying Doctor Strange 2 is going to be like the film to like culminate everything that's happened. So it's cool to see Sam Raimi get to direct a thing that's so important. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and Doctor Strange's pretty like Spider-Man adjacent.
Yeah.
Since Steve Ditko also wrote it.
Yeah, exactly.
And created it. Stanley didn't create Jack. Screw that guy.
Well, of course he didn't create Jack Kirby. That's a joke.
It's a joke, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm having humor class every Wednesday.
Is Stanley alive?
No, Stanley's not alive. He died like 3 years ago.
Oh, he died 3 years ago. Okay.
He died mid-class.
So
when I was in school.
When can we slander him?
You can slander him when
it felt bad. It's like, oh, he's an old man. But now it's like, all right.
I don't know. You could probably slander him now. He's not going to do anything about it.
I mean, okay, well,
slander away.
Do you know about this?
Well, I know
Stanley?
I know he hasn't created as much as he has been claimed to create.
He didn't create he didn't create anything. Sorry, kids. your fantasies about, you know, this guy. He didn't create anything. Like there's proof. There's like test sketches of like that Steve Ditko did of Spider-Man and Doctor Strange and all these people before Stan approved it, basically, and then stamped his name on it. And so basically, like, he would just stamp his name on everything, and it was kind of like, oh, he was the publisher, you know, like, or like at least the head publisher of Marvel.
Yeah.
You know, kind of giving the green light to different artists and series and stuff. But like somewhere along the way, he just kind of started taking writing credits. Which is, it's just funny because like he made up a whole story about like, oh, how he came up with the idea of Spider-Man, or like the time I came up with the idea for the X-Men, and then
The
like
time I came up with the idea for the X-Men.
but then like they
I
talked to
was
Jack
20.
Kirby later, and he'd be like, yeah, I just came up with this stuff, and I'd give him like the first issue like basically made, and he'd put his name on it and act like he wrote it, and kind of was just like to be a part of the whole, you know, just like the name of the game, you know?
See, I don't know. I don't know much about the history. And, like, it's unfortunate because we can't exactly ask them now.
Yeah.
You know, there can't be, like, a tell-all documentary.
Yeah. Well, there's a great
released or-
Alan Moore video.
Did Alan Moore make it? Or was Alan Moore just a part
It was
of it?
an interview. Someone was interviewing Alan Moore.
Okay.
And he has kind of like a long segment about Stanley because he's obviously involved in the comic book industry very heavily.
Well, I was going to say, isn't Alan Moore, like, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs? Like, yeah.
I mean,
He's the snake guy, right? He worships the snake. Or
no.
whatever?
Well, okay. When it comes to spirituality and stuff like that, he's definitely cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Sure.
But he also like wrote Watchmen.
But he wrote
so
Watchmen.
he's like he's
Well,
also a genius.
I'm not saying, like, I'm not saying he doesn't know what he's talking
Yeah.
about. I'm just saying, like, this is the same.
Yeah, this is the same
Dude,
Alan
okay.
Moore. Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, there's
look at
Watchmen
that,
right there. What the
Watchmen.
heck?
And what is this? Brian Herbert?
What-
That's the wrong one.
Yeah, that's
He
his
didn't write
the biography of Frank Herbert by
Oh.
his son.
Oh, well, see, but he didn't write Dune, so how can I trust him?
Yeah, how could you trust the son of Frank Herbert?
He doesn't know what he's talking about. Hey, you
Yeah.
like books? You like Wheel of Time?
Oh,
See that trailer
Oh,
for the Wheel of
dude.
Time show?
I almost pooped my pants.
No, you didn't.
I was so dude. I am so
Biologically false.
psyched. I'm so hyped. It looks sick.
I know, again, I know you like it, and I saw it, and I was like, it looks kind of cool.
Yeah. As someone who read all 14 books, it looks good. I have faith in it. Like, don't worry, peeps. It's gonna be good.
Don't worry, all you Wheel of Time fans.
Yeah.
Is it
And all you people who got a sour taste from Game of Thrones, don't worry. It's good all the way through. Nothing to worry about.
That's good because I got a sour taste from Game of Thrones.
Oh, why? Why would that be, Justin?
Well, they just stopped getting naked at a point, and I was like, show isn't good anymore. Do you think anyone
sad that was the downturn when they were like, we're not gonna focus on nudity or story
or story? Well, do you think anyone holds that opinion?
Hmm.
Do you think if you asked anyone, like, genuinely, why did Game of Thrones get bad, and they were like, dude, they just stopped getting naked, dude? Do you think anyone holds that opinion?
I'm sure there's
unironically?
some welders
Some
or
welders,
something. Like I just
some
think of
iron
like
workers.
welders I know. And, like yeah.
Oh,
they
you know
probably-
personally? Okay, got it.
I feel like men that work hard just have different standards for entertainment.
I see. Well, I don't know. I just, Game of Thrones. What a hot take. Game of Thrones got
Game
bad.
of Thrones. Whoa.
Whoa, what a
Hot
shock.
take. Game of Thrones was good. No,
Whoa,
I'm kidding.
wow. Honestly, you'll hear that'll be a hot take in like 5 years. People are gonna be like, "Yeah, dude, Game of Thrones was never good."
The unseen genius of Game of Thrones season 8.
The unseen genius. Those videos are awesome of the prequels. Oh, dude, the prequel films were so good. You don't understand, dude. They were amazing. They were so good.
There is a nostalgia factor to those movies
Mm-hmm.
that is hardcore, but I wouldn't say they're like good.
To the prequels? Oh, they're not good movies. Certainly not. I think Revenge of the Sith is better than most of them.
Yeah.
Like it's by a mile the best prequel. But I still don't think it's better than anything from the original trilogy.
Yeah. No way.
And I just don't like the sequel movies very much. There's nothing like particularly bad about them. Some stuff. It's mostly writing with the newer Star Wars.
I don't know how rewatchable those are gonna be for me. I don't know if I'll ever
They're not rewatchable.
flip them on again.
They have been turned on a lot in my household, and I have never been like, oh, dude, Force Awakens is on, which is a real shame because I remember liking it a lot.
Yeah, me
when
too.
it first came out. But the rewatchability is not high on those movies.
Just didn't hold up.
Yeah, it didn't hold up, and I think we were all just so excited for more Star Wars that any flaws kind of got pushed back.
Yeah.
So now it's becoming more of a thing that, actually, there's really only like 2 good Star Wars movies, 3, maybe 4, so. But gosh dang, if I'm not super excited every time something Star Wars-y happens.
Yeah.
Like listening to music cues come up, and even some of the worst Star Wars stuff, and I get excited. Because it's just been indoctrinated in our brains, because we watched it so many times when we were kids.
Good old Star Wars.
Like, Star Wars has the same nostalgic feel for me as Lord of the Rings does. Except when I think of Lord of the Rings soundtrack cues and, moments and scenes, I'm talking films. Like, I haven't read the books in a while, but, I think of moments like that, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm a kid again. Even though I was, like, in junior high when I watched those movies for the first time.
I mean, junior high is still a kid, kinda.
Yeah, I just mean, like, when I was Star Wars, I was a child. Some of my first memories are Star Wars.
Same. Like, literally one of the first movies I ever remember, like, asking someone to put on. I was at my aunt's house, and I was like, "But Star Wars, put on the Phantom Menace." It's like, do you ever get that? Like, I don't remember ever seeing it the first time, but the first time I remember seeing it, I knew I'd seen it before that. Like, in the ether of early childhood.
Get that, Aladdin. First Aladdin, I get that. I remember very distinctly, like, watching Aladdin on my really small TV on a VHS tape. And I remember watching it and going, Aladdin again. So I'd clearly seen it before, but I remember, like, getting excited because it was Aladdin and I'd seen it. So I think there's probably a few other Disney movies like that for me. And Star Wars is definitely one of those.
Speaking of intergalactic warfare, Donda versus Certified Lover Boy, huh?
What a war.
That's been a war in the ether of the consciousness.
Yes. Who do you think, who's the winner? Boxing Ring put those 2 albums.
Ding, ding, ding. Well, from the memes, all the memes I'm seeing is Certified Lover Boy was a snooze fest.
Yeah. Okay.
I only heard one song. Granted, Too Sexy.
Sure.
It was.
Of course, that's a song name on Drake's album, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could have guessed that.
It's just as like F-boy as you think it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Just some like it's some good F-boy music if you're into that, I guess.
And if you're into that, you're probably not watching this show.
Yeah, I don't.
There's a pretty high chance, I'd be willing to bet.
Maybe there's like 1 or 2 people that watch the show that like Drake, and if so, enjoy your Drake.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna judge, but you're wrong. But anyway.
Yeah, but this is just what I've heard. From the memes I see, and then Donda is getting like the usual Kanye.
Sure.
Branded
Anytime
memes.
there's a new. Well, honestly, not even Jesus is King. Like, when that came out, people I went to school with got really hyped about it, but they didn't know what they were talking about. And I also went to a Christian school, so,
No, Ye and Jesus were King. Jesus is King were not well received albums, I feel.
Ye either?
Because everyone's
really
like
good.
saying like, "Oh, Kanye hasn't made a good album since Life of Pablo." Like, he hasn't been on it since like the mental breakdown stuff. And
I thought Ye was pretty good. I remember enjoying it a lot when it came out.
I enjoyed Ye.
I don't like 2 songs. There's 2 songs on it that I'm like, eh. But the rest are not bad. But then he made Kids See Ghosts.
Yeah,
that was really good.
I mean, Ye wasn't like revolutionary or like, it wasn't like anything
No.
like game changing.
I think probably if you were a hardcore Kanye fan when that album came out, I could see how you'd be disappointed because it's like 7 songs long and 20 minutes and really short. So I could see how you'd be bummed out with that. But on the topic of the intergalactic war, I've only listened to Donda, and I have not listened to a second of Certified Lover Boy. So I can't judge this fight fairly, technically. But based on my thoughts on Drake and my thoughts on his style of music, because I've heard his songs before, and they're just not my thing. I guess I could see how some people like some of them, but, that's just not. It's just not the type of thing I enjoy listening to or I get excited for, certainly.
Yeah. Drake just... The guy's just... I mean, he's... I don't know. He seems like a poser to me.
Yeah.
I forget his real name. It's something ridiculous. Could you look that up?
It's something ridiculous. I see. No, it is. I know it is like not a real name. It's not a real name.
Oh, Aubrey Graham.
Aubrey? Come on now, Drake.
But he's also like a rich kid, like from Canada. I don't know. Just doesn't.
Yeah. Well, the amount of times he switches basketball teams is like egregious.
Like as a fan?
Yeah, there's like pictures of Drake with every team's jersey on at a game, like with a player, like ride or die Cavaliers. I'm always with the Lakers, got to represent Portland, So he switches it up.
Well, he's a poser. He's one of them. You don't become the most massively appealing artist by not being like milk toast and like generally appealing to everyone.
Yeah. It's funny, like people get really, really, really excited when Drake is on a song. Remember when Sicko Mode came out and the switch came on?
Yeah.
And Drake was there, and there's reaction videos all over of people losing their minds because Drake is on the song.
I did not get it. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. I guess
I don't even like his voice does like. At least like Kendrick has like a cadence to his voice and he can manipulate it, and like Kanye's got like. He has a very unique... Everyone's got, like, something to their voice or, like, their delivery, but him, it's just...
Yeah, there's artists that, I know the feeling of when an artist I like shows up on a song unexpectedly. And I go, whoa, what the heck, this guy's on the show? On the song, for music. Like, The Weeknd will show up on a song. I'll be like, oh, I have the same reaction as...
My God.
People have to Drake, except it's The Weeknd versus Drake. Like that's night and day, for me in terms of.
Yeah, I mean, The Weeknd writes his own music. He's more of an artist, you could say. Yeah. Not just someone who performs stuff the studio and the label makes for you.
Yeah. And
Drake is like a brand. Like he's like an action figure. He was like created.
And I also think like. And this goes for Kanye, too. This isn't even that Kanye is all the way innocent. But anytime an artist just delves into, I don't know, drama. Just like anytime a musical artist or a film person kind of makes a lot of their, public image headway, not in what they do, but like the stuff they're stirring up. Oh, they got angry on this person. And I feel like I always associate Drake with those types of squabbles, as it were.
Yeah, with the whole thing with his son, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, see, that's the thing. I don't even pay attention to individual things because they all just blend together for me.
The amount of Drake beef is just nuts.
I just don't care to follow up with it, and I feel like that's what a lot of people invest themselves in. And I say that fully knowing that I just said that Kanye's album is good, and, I think he's more creative in general. And he also has been known to do that in the past.
He fake divorced his wife for this album. That's what I believe. I don't think any of this was real. It was all staged.
She showed up right at the listening party, like
in a wedding dress. She's like, I recommitted myself to you, Kanye, and then he dropped the album. It's like, shut up, this isn't real.
Dang, Kanye. What a guy. But anyway, I say that knowing that, but I don't know. Just anytime someone in music that makes their living through that, I'm always a little bit less interested to listen to their stuff, especially when it's something I don't enjoy, like Drake's music.
Yeah. Or what?
I was gonna call out Drake, but you say your
Call
thing.
him out.
I want to start something with Drake.
Start it.
Okay. All right, Drake, listen up. Your beard, whack. You either grow it out all the way, or you don't grow it at all. Enough with this half beard nonsense.
Yeah.
That haircut you got, whack. You spent too much money on that. Just do it like the rest of us. Just grow it out for a while, and then like cut it down so it's a little shorter.
Didn't you know hearts are for girls?
Oh, that's right. He got
Weenie.
got the heart. Yeah. What is your hair? What's your head? An art project? Unbelievable.
What did your 13-year-old little girl cousin draw that for you?
Yo. Hang on. Wait. Where's the fire extinguisher? I think you've just set this place aflame.
Fun fact, Drake's dad, he was a drummer for Jerry Lee Lewis, who's notorious for marrying his 13-year-old cousin.
Yo.
And it runs in the family, the grooming, the love for young women. But we won't get into those theories.
We won't get into that's just a game theory.
Yeah.
Man.
If you ever meet me in person, ask me what I think about Drake. I'll tell you all about how much I love him being a pedo groomer guy.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that new Justin Bieber song? Stay.
Oh wait. Let me say one thing about Donda before.
Sorry, I was trying to switch it up. Much like the beat switch on sicko mode, I was trying to switch it up.
Here, the last thing I'll say is I just like Donda better.
Me too.
I heard like 3 or 4 songs off there.
Mm-hmm.
It just had better, more grand production moments, and it just had like, there's some moments I was just like, woo, you know?
Yeah, when I first heard it, and I didn't listen to it all the way through in one go because it's like a 2-hour album.
Yeah, jeez.
Can't say I'm a fan of that. I think you could trim some of that down. But Jail came on, and I was like, oh, this is like one of Kanye's real good ones, you know?
Mm-hmm.
There's a few songs on there that I really like. Moon is really good. Hurricane, that's the one with the Weeknd on it.
Of course. Our man.
Come to Life was really good. Did you get around to that one?
Come to Life.
Come to Life's like toward the end of it, and there's this really great piano build. It sounds really good. But all like my favorite songs on that have features of people I already like.
Yeah.
So Kid Cudi's on Moon, The Weeknd's on Hurricane, Jay-Z's on Jail.
Yeah.
And then some of my songs I'm not a big fan of are where it's really feature heavy and it's artists that I've either not really listened to or I have heard but I'm not a big fan of.
Yeah.
So
I think I heard the one like Lil Baby or something was on, or
I forget, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, that was like me.
I forget which song.
Off the Grid.
Yeah, that one was fine. That one's grown on me a little bit. But
I thought it was amusing, kind of gave me a chuckle, but
yeah, it's another one where I'm like,
music wise, it wasn't really there.
It's not gonna pop up in my shuffle. I mean, it probably will. I guess it'll pop up in shuffle, but I won't stay on it.
And then Jesus Lord or something.
Jesus Lord. That's a nice one.
It's like 8 minutes.
There's a bit where a man talks for a while, isn't there?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, see, I'm not a big fan of.
But I think that,
when a song's like 8 minutes and 4 minutes of it is a monologue.
Or I think only like the last 30 seconds was a monologue.
Oh, that's not bad then.
Yeah. Because I know it's like a pretty good vibe for like 7.5 minutes of just like straight music.
What about that one Donkey predicted? With the glob.
I am the cup.
That's the best song on the album. By a long shot.
Which song was that on?
I think it's Remote Control.
Remote Control?
It's a great song. It's not. It's a fine song. But just the fact that that's still on there is insane. That's just crazy to me. I was watching, bring it back to Marvel real quick. I was watching What If. That's been coming out.
Oh, yeah, What If?
That's kind of interesting. Like, it's episodic and it's a different little story. I'll say some are way better than other ones. the one that just came out today as of recording this, which will date when we film this. It's like the zombies one, so it's where like all the Marvel world turns into zombies.
I remember that comic book was
Yeah.
really good.
I haven't read that comic, but that's a more entertaining one because it's like, oh, it's just these characters put in this scenario. You get to watch it for 30 minutes.
That's fun.
So I hope they lean more into stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because those are fun to watch. And I hope they lean less into espionage, spy films with like just humans running around.
Yeah, I don't get it, man. You have all this potential and material, and it's just like Hawkeye, Black Widow.
Yeah, I will not be excited to watch Hawkeye.
Winter Soldier movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
It's like when you, at this point in the world where, you know, all these crazy, powerful creatures and heroes exist, it's pretty underwhelming to see. I mean, sometimes it can be good to like ground yourself, but you know, I'm not very excited for Hawkeye. Certainly not as excited as I am for Spider-Man or for a new Guardians thing or something like that.
Also, like they're scaling up to the point where they're gonna be fighting like god level threats. And it's like, so like dude with a bow and arrow isn't really.
Well, yeah.
A dude with the bird. I don't know, like all those Marvel characters. It's like, why aren't we doing super powered, crazy, cool stuff?
I think it's fine to have like a human or two around.
Spider-Man's a human, yeah. Spider-Man,
but he's got like spider powers, you know. But like, you know, Batman is in the Justice League all the time, and he's just a guy with.
But there's no like human Marvel character anywhere
Right.
in Batman.
I understand that. I'm
They
just saying.
suck so
I'm just
bad.
saying on a. That's probably what they're thinking. Is
Who's the one then? Who's the one that you like have to have there? That's actually interesting.
in Marvel?
In Marvel, can be anyone. That's just a human.
That's just a human. Well, spoilers for Falcon Winter Soldier, but Falcon becomes Captain America now.
Mhm.
And I wasn't even a giant fan of that show, but I thought there were some good character moments in there. So from that perspective, I think you could probably have Falcon, now Captain America, in the show. Because Anthony Mackie's really charismatic, and he's a really good...
Yeah.
you
And
know.
Captain America, so.
Yeah, and he's a good... He could easily be like the new face of promotional stuff for Marvel and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And he's also pretty... this is my Anthony Mackie appreciation post. But he's pretty knowledgeable that like big budget films are kind of destroying
That's cool.
the industry. Like there's interviews of him talking about how people really just make movies for China now.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to think that he said that in the midst of making Marvel movies. But
Pretty cool. Stands up for
stands up for that.
stuff.
Falcon and Winter Soldier wasn't great,
Yeah.
but still, that's like the human that you'd probably put.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Captain America was always the normal guy that I was okay with. Like,
Because he's got Steve Rogers has a cool story about him.
yeah, or even just like the Shield, the
Mhm.
idea of like a Captain America figure, like
Sure.
can be topical, you know, no matter
Yeah.
the era.
Yeah, I think it's. I liked Chris Evans' portrayal of him.
Yeah.
I really like that he has stepped down since the end of Endgame. Like Captain America shows up in some of the what ifs,
That's cool.
but it's not voiced by Chris Evans.
Oh,
It's like
okay.
voiced by some other guy. So, I mean, that's the same with Iron Man. Those are like the main two.
Yeah.
Scarlett Johansson's not in What If, but I think that's more because she doesn't like Marvel anymore.
She's on Marvel's hit list now.
She's on Marvel's hit list. She's not gonna die. She's gonna she's gonna do something.
Yeah. But once they started adding just like Black Widow, Hawkeye, I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I got another topic for us.
Okay. Should I say this video's sponsor?
Oh, who?
I'll go ahead and I'll just do it. I didn't write anything down, so I should probably So this video is sponsored by water. And water was gracious enough to provide water for us on set. All day actually I've been drinking water, which is crazy. I didn't know that they had that much. And so, without water, this show just really isn't possible. So big shout out to water. Use promo code that was meant to get 15% off your first purchase of water. And, bottoms up, as it were. Is that some good water or what?
Oh, yeah.
Is it as good as Nestle Pure Life?
Not even close.
Not even close. Why are there flavors to water?
I don't know. I think it depends on like the mineral injection.
They don't tell you that on the bottle, do they?
I don't think so.
No, it just says where it was distributed. It says where it was bottled.
Or the amount of chlorine in there.
Well, see, this was bottled in Diamond Bar, so I don't know if it's the purest
Oh yeah, that's probably why it doesn't taste
water in the world.
good. You ever been to Diamond Bar?
I've driven through Diamond Bar.
Sucks.
Yeah. This is a call out to people who live in Diamond Bar.
Yeah, that's a big call out. I don't like you guys.
Do
Oh, I
people-
know. Yeah, I'm sure the people are fine, but
Do people live in Diamond Bar, or is it just a highway that...
it's just a highway.
Okay, that's kind of what I thought.
Traffic sucks around that area.
Oh,
That's why I don't like it.
Awful. It's right where the 57 meets up with the other one.
A 10?
The 10.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hate that.
Awful.
Awful. Never go driving on that freeway.
Never.
Biggest mistake in my life.
Biggest mistake of my life.
No, I drove that all the time going to college, that same highway. So, I got used to it. Like, there's just certain times you have to go. So,
Yeah.
like, night is usually pretty good. I didn't usually go early in the morning, but that sometimes is good, sometimes not.
The commute to your school. What a fun
What fun.
little drive.
What a fun little drive.
It's like 20 minutes away from any freeway.
Yeah, well, so I didn't take technically like well, I don't know how did you get there? Because I went 57 all the way down, and then I exited on Imperial Highway.
I would not do that.
And I drove that way.
I would I don't know why. I would get off on the 10 and
Oh, okay.
and
Yeah, but it's like just far enough from freeways to.
yeah. I get off on Hacienda Heights. That's it. And then go over the hill and.
Okay. See, that's right. Yeah, because I remember us driving back a
Yeah.
couple times. You had a talking point before I
Oh yes, a
Brought
talking
up
point.
freeways.
Well, this was
By the way, we should say, I guess we should bring this up.
we should bring this
We should
up.
bring this up now before. I mean, I know how long are we into this video? 43 minutes ish into the video, but it's about time to bring it up. I'm listening to the audio in my headphones, and I don't hear the sounds of thunder being slammed, just doors down.
Okay, so we should be.
So I think we're fine, but in case it pops up on the audio, sorry.
Yeah, we are currently recording this next to a weightlifting facility for idiot meathead stupidos.
Which is that's not a bit. I know we've done bits in this episode,
Yeah.
but we're literally recording next to a workout room.
Yeah, workout room where a bunch of idiots work out.
And us too.
And well, we do, and then a bunch of idiots also do.
But just wanted to clarify, I don't think the audio's coming through because I'm listening to it right now. But just in case you've been hearing any thumping during the video, that's what that is.
That's what that is.
Sorry about it.
Anyway. I guess someone's deadlifting today, and they just have
Someone's
to throw the whole bar, as they.
Yeah.
Can we get some screaming too?
Just some screaming. Should I add in some screaming every time? Well, but if I can't hear the thumping in the background, I'll just put random screams throughout the video.
Just put random thumping and screaming.
Okay, your talking point. Finally.
Oh yes, my talking point. Finally.
Yeah.
What we were going? I was just thinking we could discuss what we thought. Could be the worst movie of all time, in our own opinion.
In my opinion. In my opinion,
in my opinion, go ahead.
in my opinion, this is a very bad movie.
I didn't mean. I don't want to go to jail with the man.
We can't talk about him.
Oh, we could.
No, not today.
Deep. we wait till deep into the podcast.
Deep into the well, this podcast is going to go for another like 20, 30 minutes because one of these cameras doesn't have a lot of memory card storage. So
The classic.
I think it's that one that it's me. So it doesn't matter. We still have time. I'm just letting you know. We can't delve into that corner of history.
That corner of history.
But worst film.
Worst film.
Best film ever. It's topical because they just like remade it, but I gotta say the first Suicide Squad is like for real both the worst and my least favorite experience I've ever had watching a film. But and you mentioned this a few days ago, it's not the movie I have the most fun getting angry about. Because that's The Greatest Showman. But that's not the worst movie I've ever seen, and it's not my least favorite movie either.
Yeah.
It's just one that I love making fun of, and it's very easy to make fun of it. But in terms of worst, I really don't think I've seen worse than the first two. And the other thing is, I don't really seek out watching bad movies.
Yeah.
And when I do, it's a bad movie I know I'm going to enjoy. So, like, I got excited when I watched Birdemic for the first time, you know? Like, I was like, I'm so excited to watch this because I know it's going to be bad, but it's enjoyable.
Yeah.
So how bad is it really if I'm getting enjoyment out of it, even if it's ironically? But Suicide Squad is a movie that I just enjoy so little, and I don't even enjoy it ironically.
Yeah.
And it's poorly made, so...
Well, yeah, that's I feel like the worst movie ever topic gets kind of muddled because people are like, The Room.
Well, see, but I love The Room.
The Room isn't bad. It's actually like probably good at this point.
It's geniusly made.
Yeah.
I know Tommy Wiseau didn't mean to do it, but he made one of the best comedies of all time.
It's like Idiot Savant.
Yeah.
An Idiot Savant masterpiece.
The Room, any of Neil Breen's movies, you ever seen those? Neil Breen's he's like a Tommy Wiseau type dude.
Okay.
Have you ever seen that clip of the dude that's like, he's holding a guy that's dead, and he's like, "Oh, you've killed yourself. I can't believe you've done this. How could you have How could you have committed suicide?" Have you ever seen that?
I think so.
Yeah, that's Neil Breen. He's a genius. But very similar type movie.
Yeah.
But
so yeah, those to me don't like a movie that's bad good to me doesn't even count as a bad movie.
Yeah.
I mean like an unenjoyable piece of garbage.
Like your
like
worst film.
I feel like my movie like transcends bad because it's bad in every sense of the
in like a moral sense, your film is bad.
Well, it's bad morally. It's bad like it actually is like I couldn't sit through the whole thing bad.
Sure.
It's like on every level. It just kind of like hits.
Yeah.
To where there's like nothing good about this movie. There's nothing redeemable about this movie. Like it probably like the world would actually be a way better place if this movie wasn't made because like people would be dead. But my movie is The Conqueror, the 1956 John Wayne classic.
Yep.
Where John Wayne plays my favorite historical figure, Genghis Khan.
Genghis Khan.
And he doesn't change his classic John Wayne cadence one bit.
Not a little bit. I should say I haven't seen The Conqueror, but I've seen many a clip.
You've seen some good clips, so you know the Mongolian plain people with their nice southern accents and white skin.
What will we do, Genghis Khan?
Oh my God, Genghis Khan! What are we gonna do?
What are we gonna do? They're taking over our teepee huts.
Well, yes, guy, we gotta go get them with our horses.
Genghis Khan, I don't know about that, man. Trying to burn down our horse.
Hey, yo.
Like King of the Hill characters.
Yeah, his boomhauer.
Man, I'll tell you what, man, Genghis Khan, that's not a good idea, man, to keep burning down chariots, man.
Hey, yo, Great Khan, you see how many of them Turkish horse warriors they got over there, man? I don't know about that.
That's not very good, man.
But, So not only is it like bad, like literally barely watchable. Like the plot. What even is the plot? They take the most uninteresting part of Genghis Khan's life and adapt it.
Yeah.
Like, like it's a bit racially insensitive, I'd say.
bit.
There's a little bit of yellow face in there that is quite shocking. Like,
Sure.
woof! I was like, oh my! I feel racist watching. You know, like it's one of those things where you feel icky from like
Yeah.
watching it. You're like, ooh, I don't like this.
I didn't enjoy this one bit.
And then the final layer of badness to put on this this wonderful cake of a movie
Cake of a movie.
is it was financed by, you know, mogul Howard Hughes, eccentric filmmaker, producer,
Yep.
who decided it was a good idea to film the movie on a nuclear test site in Utah. And come to find out, half of the people on this movie died subsequently of cancer because of its
Due to this film's.
ragtag, putting together,
Yeah.
of the production.
Yeah.
So not only is it, racist, inaccurate,
Mhm.
barely watchable, garbage movie, it also killed like 100 people or something.
Yeah. Not good.
Yeah,
Not
from
the good-
radiation. Not the
So-
good.
sorry,
No,
wait,
not
I
the
should preface,
good.
That's not us trying
Oh,
to do
no.
a voice. Okay. Jeez.
All right, so this one time, all right, I gotta explain. That's a little inside joke between me and Justin.
Sorry. Okay.
Because one time
Big-
I was at church, and there's a Chinese man who had come from China. He had immigrated,
yes.
and he was spending some time at our church because he was a Christian. He had trouble practicing his religion where he lived in Tibet at the time, so
yeah.
just north of China, I'm pretty sure.
Mhm.
So he kind of fled for religious persecution purposes. So he's in the United States. He's loving it. He's over at our church.
Yeah.
And so I'm talking to this guy a little bit, and he was just talking about China and how
Sure.
they kind of like they put bags over people's head and like drag them away and like all the
All
kind of
the-
just the awful stuff that they do
Yeah.
to people over there.
Mhm.
And so we talked about that a bit, and then I was kind of like trying to pivot to other conversations and make small talk.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
so
Because you just met this guy.
yeah,
Yeah.
and so something more specific. Like I was like, oh, so where are you from? Like more specifically
right.
in China, and like
Yeah.
he said like a village. I'm oh yeah, that's cool, man. Like that's good.
Mhm,
You
that's
know,
good.
the not saying it was good, but like the placeholder. How in English sometimes we just say like,
Wait.
oh, that's good, man, or
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
or like cool, man. Like
cool. That's good.
it doesn't really mean anything. It's just like filling space in a conversation.
Sure. Yeah.
Like you don't actually mean good, man.
Mhm.
But like him being recently immigrated into the country, he doesn't
Yeah.
know the finer vocabulary of
the way we speak and the
the
way-
dumb rules
the-
of speaking.
The dumb, stupid code that we have to follow.
Yeah. So when I say oh yeah, good, cool, man, he says no, not the cool, referring to the fact that China is not the best place to live if you're
Yes.
like of his religious
Yeah.
outlook.
Yeah. So to clarify, I was at the time.
At the time, don't cancel us, please.
I was not trying to do a voice. That was how the guy sounded.
That was an exact, like we're respectful to him as a person and saying it exactly how he said it.
That is yes. Okay, now that we've clarified that bomb
Whew.
that we will definitely encounter years from now. Anyway, I literally don't remember what we were talking. The Conqueror.
The Conqueror.
Yeah, Conqueror. Not a good movie.
Now I will say there's a character in there that talks,
That talks like that. But the fact that
but it's like a straight up white dude like doing it, and like he's
Yeah.
like got the makeup. Ooh, it's a whole thing. Woo.
it's a whole thing. Why'd you say that like that?
What?
Why'd you say it like that?
It's a
just
whole
then?
thing. I don't know. It's a
I
whole
don't know.
thing.
It was just funny. Yeah. What are some other bad movies?
Some of their bad ones.
What a 2008 YouTube channel we've become.
Yeah, really.
What are some other bad movies? These movies so bad.
I mean, mean, 2008 was a good year. I would not mind just being a 2008
YouTuber.
channel,
Yeah, that was probably the life, honestly.
yeah. Ray William Johnson. Oh man, I miss that
Ray
guy.
William Johnson.
Oh, Julian Smith. Woof.
Oh yeah,
Where'd he go?
he like left the internet for a year, right? He like
I think he's off the internet. Like,
he's probably now off it again. But I remember he made a big deal a few years ago. He had like taken a year to not use any thing, like any device or anything.
and then he kind of just got off it. I think that was just like the end of him being involved with the internet.
Which honestly,
Good for him, man.
respect. He probably made some money off of that gig, and now he's just doing film work. He seems like he was a guy that was really into
Yeah.
filmmaking. So
I think he just directs commercials.
I mean, honestly, that's not a bad gig.
No, that's pretty cool.
I was in a commercial one time.
You were?
Yeah, it never got aired.
Oh man.
I was in I don't remember what I don't know what it was for, to be fair. I was like 8 or 9.
Oh, okay.
And my parents have a friend who worked, I'm not sure, in the film industry. I don't think he lives in America anymore. But we went over to his house, and they were like, hey, you want to be in a commercial as like a child? My bravest role. And I said, sure. And I was like, oh, okay, sure. And I said, do I have to do anything? They said, yeah, you have to walk with this woman and pretend she's your mom or grandma. Pretend she's your grandma. And I was like, okay. And it was a elderly Asian woman. To my memory, it was an elderly Asian woman. And I was supposed to say, Mom, can I have an Xbox? And she said, sure. And then we walked. We weren't like in front of a store or anything. We were like out in someone's backyard.
Huh.
And I remember there being a lot of cameras and stuff everywhere. And it never got aired, to my knowledge. Maybe it's out there. I don't know. Maybe it's
out there.
Maybe it's
man.
some weird like Polish commercial that I've never seen, and they dubbed everything. But that was my first acting role.
I don't think that's Polish. I think that's like Finnish or something. The Finnish sound like weird, like
Yeah.
like weird woodland people. Like. Oh, sorry. Whoops.
Don't do that.
I'll be more careful with
Yeah.
my voice.
I turned your dial up significantly, but you've since spoken louder, which is not a bad thing. It's just now it's
I see. Okay.
yeah. So when you go Porto Rosso,
Porto Barista.
then yeah, it's actually this year.
Interesting.
Only this year. You ever acted before, professionally?
Professionally?
Are you in SAG?
No, I'm in the Film Actors
Actors
Guild,
Guild.
man. A proud member of the Film Actors Guild for 69 years.
Congrats.
Yeah, thanks.
That's a big deal. You're almost at 70.
Almost.
Are you gonna do anything special? For 70 years.
No, I'll probably just get together with the boys from the Film Actors Guild.
Nice. Very cool.
Just hang out.
Tyler Perry.
Yeah, Tyler Perry.
Sean Penn.
Sean Penn. Danny DeVito's there. The
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess he's there.
Reese Witherspoon.
Reese Witherspoon.
Jason Sudeikis.
Jason Sudeikis.
Jason Statham. And John Krasinski. He's coming by.
John Krasinski.
So it'll be
But
fun.
not Emily Blunt.
No, she's not in. She's in the Screen Actors Guild or something.
Sure.
So that's a whole thing in their marriage. She was telling me about that. Like, kind of.
Like she
doesn't like the fact that he's the Film Actors Guild.
She hates that about him.
She hates Film Actors Guild. I'm sorry.
I'm trying so hard to move on. No, but you ever been asked to be in a commercial or anything like that? You had any film world experience?
Oh, you know, I actually got asked, but I didn't want to do it.
You didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
What was it?
It was like a year ago. Someone was doing some like homelessness PSA thing.
Oh, that's
they wanted me
right.
to be a hobo. But then I was like, I don't really want to just like I don't know. I'd rather be like on like a production crew,
Sure.
like than just like being an actor, just sitting around waiting for them to.
Do you know if they paid much of anything? Oh, see. Now the sound you're hearing now,
That's a spooky man
the
coming
ghostly
in.
wail of a specter. Danny
It's almost
Phantom.
October.
Danny Phantom, to be exact.
Danny Phantom.
Um,
Daniel Phantom.
Daniel Phantom. Do you think they ever call him Daniel? They probably do at some point.
Yeah, Daniel.
Daniel.
Get out of my body right
Daniel,
this
look
instant.
at those white
young man.
vans. How'd you get those?
Doggum, Daniel.
Gosh darn, Daniel. Hate that.
Daggum, Daniel.
Commercials. You didn't want to be a homeless guy.
No. So yeah, that was about as close I got as to being in a commercial,
Yeah.
I think.
Well, were they gonna pay you at all, or was it just like a, hey, sit here and
Was he gonna pay me? I think he might have.
maybe?
Not much,
Sure.
but maybe like a few bucks or something.
Like a few.
But I mean, I have a job, so
Yeah.
when someone's like, "I can give you $10 to like do this," it's like, I mean,
yeah, that's fine. No thanks, man.
it's like, I mean, I have a job. I'm not desperate for money. Ask like a middle schooler; they'll do anything for $10.
Yeah, really. Homeless middle schooler probably wouldn't have cast well.
Yeah, you're right. No, that makes more sense now that I think about it.
Yeah. I remember I was an extra one time in a film school project that I was in. That I was making, I should say. Like, we had to do a little short film for a project. And they were like, stand here. And I was like, why? And they're like, you're going to be in it. I was like, I don't want to be in it.
It was one of those. That happened to me when I was doing a crew thing for a LMU
Yeah.
thing.
Right.
They're like, all right, now everybody get in the shot. It's a party. And I was
Get in the
like,
shot. It's a party.
like
That's
here's
the
some
best.
chips and like here's like an empty cup. And I'm like,
Thanks. Just empty cup. I'm at a party.
it's like talk to each other, but only move your lips and silently and make it convincing. And I'm like, oh my.
That's not how you make a movie. Get out of here.
It wasn't very well.
You just press the
Directed.
mute button in the. That's silly. Anyway.
I'll say like the highlight of the day. They got like a slow mo shot with the Steadicam.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing special about this shot. Just
It was.
I
Just
think
slow-mo.
the dude's just first time using like actual equipment.
Sure.
Like the director just flipped. He was like, "Whoa, this is the sickest shot I've ever seen." Oh, I'm sorry.
Ever seen? No, I was shaking.
Oh,
like,
my
in
voice.
excitement for how sick the shot was.
No, but yeah, he was just like, oh, I'm like the next like. I'm Roger Deakins,
I am Roger Deakins.
resurrected in Quentin Tarantino's body. Like
That happened.
I'm the next thing, and it's like, dude, like, calm down. You just have
no.
some good equipment.
We had to give a presentation one time on a big. So at the college I went to, you had to make you have to take a class where a bunch of students around your age all make a school-funded short film that like they hold not a raffle, but you can write a script and go in
Mhm.
and pitch it, which I didn't do because I didn't have the time and I didn't
Yeah.
really want to direct anyway. So, but I was in that class, and one of the assignments early in the year, one of really the only assignments aside from make the movie, was you have to make a PowerPoint presentation on the job you've been given. So I was key grip, which was not long lasting because then they went and got another guy outside of class to be key grip, and then I just became a normal grip. And they never told me about that.
Oh,
I
nice.
just showed up to set, and this guy was like, "Yeah, I'm the key grip," and I was like,
That's the best.
okay, cool, thank you."
Like I'm obsolete.
Yeah.
Cool.
But I had to give a speech on that, and I don't know what I said. It doesn't matter. I got an A on it. But the guy that was cinematographer was like, he literally was like, if I had to pick a favorite cinematographer, I would probably pick Roger Deakins. I don't know if you guys have heard of this guy. I was like, we have all heard of Roger Deakins.
We've definitely heard his name called out at the Oscars
We are
every time the
we
last
are
decade.
all in film school at this moment. Like, we've heard of him.
We're literally film students.
Yeah, so that was pretty silly. Yeah, that was a really interesting experience. One, because of the key grip thing, where they went and just got another guy to do it.
Yeah, that's
2, because the set days were during a time. There's like a week that is cut off short because they have this big conference.
nice.
And so we filmed like during the 3 days that would be break because of the conference, which I get for like convenience sake, but you know, for me personally, I was like, gosh dang it, I don't want to do this during my break time. But you know, the days were like full days, you know, they were like 12-hour days, 13-hour days, with breaks. You know, we weren't and again, I was a grip, so I wasn't doing stuff all day.
But I mean, a full day on a film set is a full day on a film set.
Oh, I imagine if you were actually doing stuff, I'm sure, you know, people were more tired than I was, I'm sure. But, you know, I remember distinctly like the 2 of the last days, I was basically just sitting on the grip truck. They have the big old thing. I was just sitting there. I was sitting there with this other guy, just fire watching, which as a film term, that just means watching all the gear so no one goes and steals it or it explodes. So I was just sitting there for hours on end. And on the last night, they took the whole crew, minus me and this other guy, to go film these final few shots off campus somewhere. And they were like, we'll be back in 20 minutes. And then like an hour went by.
Nice.
And the time when set was supposed to close was like 10 p.m. And it was like 8:30. And they'd been gone for an hour. And I told the other guy, hey, I'm just going to leave. I need to go to bed because I have work in the morning. I didn't, but... and so I left and left early. And then they wanted to do pickup shots like a full week later when I had already agreed to do something a week later because I was like, I don't need to save my schedule. I'm done filming. And they're like, actually, we need you to come out and help shoot this thing. It's a limited crew, but we need you there. And I was like, oh, now you need me there. Okay. Well, I can't make it. And then I didn't go.
Yeah. I guess that's what you get for literally replacing you and not telling you.
Oh, yeah. So I'm grip number 2, grip number 3, something like that in the credits. And I'm also assistant editor. So the first half of the semester, I was planning to be key grip and then was replaced as key grip. And then the back half of the semester, I was assistant editing, which meant that I was with this other person, and we were supposed to edit a trailer for a 10-minute short film, which means that's like a 30-second teaser. And we were like, okay, we're ready to edit. And they were like, oh, the footage isn't ready yet. And I was like, so it's, you know, it was very student filmy in a lot of ways. Not that I expected it to be perfect or anything, but it sure could have been ran a lot smoother.
Student films.
And I'm not saying the films we make are immaculate or anything. Camp Rules video, Wrecking Ball, which is a project I submitted to graduate from college, and it worked.
And it worked. Those idiots actually getting his diploma.
They believed that. To be fair, they haven't mailed me my diploma yet as of filming this.
Ooh.
I'll just upload it when I get it. That's fine.
We gotta wait.
But I'm not
until
even
you
saying
get your diploma.
I'm not saying those are perfect, but like, you know, I had fun making them.
Yeah.
And I didn't exert myself an insane amount for either of those and anything we do in the future either.
Yeah.
So,
wasn't like a hassle or anything.
yeah. I don't know. There's a fine line between, oh, we're making a movie the way it actually is made in the industry versus, oh, we're making a movie but we're having fun doing it.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, feasible for us to do it with the things we have and the people we have. So, you know,
Yeah.
if you're someone that wants to make short films, don't feel like you need the best tech or the you know, a 30-person crew, because you do not need that.
Nah.
You have a phone and a couple friends. you're honestly set.
Yeah, and you're golden. Now, we haven't done this in a while.
Sure.
Do you have any recommends?
I do, and we'll probably make this the last thing
Yeah.
for several purposes, but yeah. Do I have any recommends? I'm gonna look it up on my phone. It says no, that's not correct.
Well, I'll go with mine for you.
Sure.
Well, did you watch Possessor yet?
Not yet. I'm going to.
What,
It's
I
on
think
my list.
Cronenberg's son.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll make that my recommend again,
Okay.
because I know you'll like that one. And then I'm going to give you.
What was that? Was that
That
someone
was
working out?
It was a podcast.
Oh, it was a podcast?
It was on my Spotify.
Ah, okay. Was it That Was Meant podcast?
No,
only
it
on
wasn't That
YouTube?
Was Meant podcast,
Dang it.
sadly. And then for an album, I'm going to give you the album Born Sinner by J. Cole, my boy. That's his second
yes.
album.
His second album. Okay, Born Sinner.
Yeah,
I'll
it's a
give
good
that
one.
up. I'll give that up. I will say, actually, update to recommends from very long ago. I finally watched Castle in the Sky. You
Oh.
recommended that, and I finally watched it. It was pretty good. It's definitely. It's like one of their earlier ones, right? It's like their
Mhm.
second or third.
It's like their third one or something.
Okay. Yeah, it was it's got some nice visuals in it.
Yeah.
I liked a lot of the music. It was very apparent how like Breath of the Wild was inspired by the soundtrack to that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
There's
that.
a ton of I don't know if it officially was, but just listening to Castle in the Sky, there's a lot of points where there's just a piano going like and I was
Oh,
like,
yeah, I
"That's
see,
Breath
I
of the Wild."
see.
Like
Yeah.
that's literally the same, not in a bad way, but
Interesting. That's cool.
gosh, what do I recommend? I realized we haven't recommended anything in a while. I don't think from this year even. So I'm looking at all the movies that I've seen this year and I'm like, dang. There's a lot of good options here I could recommend. I will go with a recent
Something that's gonna mess me up, bro. Or not mess me up, but like something like visceral. Something
visceral
Something where like remember when we walked out of the Revenant and we were like, dang, we just went on
Yeah.
a journey.
on a journey. Shoot, well,
Like I want a film that's like, dang, I just went like that was an event. I'm
yeah.
tired.
Okay. Well, that switches it up then. Much like the beat switch on sicko mode. That switches it up. Man, you want an event? You've already seen Mulholland Drive.
Yeah, I have.
That's the most
Mulholland Drive.
eventy movie I've seen all year.
Yeah.
I can't promise you an event.
Anything else? Well, anything mind bending then, or maybe
Mind bending in what sense?
I don't know. I like an interesting movie. You know, something where something weird or wacky happens.
Sure.
Like I like that drummer movie, but normal people and real world stuff. Come on.
Come on, dude. Humans are boring. Did
Come
you
on,
hear the
humans
Marvel
are
section
boring.
of our video? You already saw Nobody.
Nobody.
Yeah.
Which one?
Oh, here's a good one. This isn't like one of my favorite movies of the year, but I enjoyed it quite a bit. Attack the Block.
Attack the. I've heard. I've
Yeah.
seen the. Who's in that?
It's like John Boyega's
Yeah, it's John Boyega's first movie.
first movie. Yeah.
It's the Alien movie, right?
Yeah, it's a nice little alien invasion type. Very British. It's extremely British. But like street, like British slang is used a lot in the
Oh,
film.
okay.
Like you know how Snatch is just an unbearably British film,
Mm-hmm.
but in a good way. This
Oh,
is
yeah.
similar, where
Oh,
there'll be a
okay,
lot of
okay.
people saying stuff, and you're like, "What?"
But it's a goodie.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of fun. They're making a sequel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's
You attack the bro, bruv.
no, yeah, literally, that's the whole film.
Oh, come over here,
They're
bruv.
like, "Bruv, there's aliens climbing out the sky. Trust. You better believe."
You better breathe, bruv.
That's the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Okay, I can get behind that.
Yeah, that's a fun one. And for my album, I was almost gonna say Donda. I'm not gonna say Donda. Don't worry. That's the best song on the album.
Donda.
I'll be real. I don't really know what album to pick.
I mean, I haven't listened to Donda yet, so you just.
There you go. I don't want to, but I don't want.
Oh yeah, we already talked about Donda.
Yeah, and I don't want to show up on like the wiki or anything that like my recommend was Donda. What a casual I'll have been.
What any albums you've been
I've been listening to.
like anything at all?
No, like I said, I haven't listened to music. I haven't eaten. I haven't slept. I haven't seen the sun.
I mean, I've only listened to one Kendrick album all the way through.
Which one?
Good Kid, Mad City.
Okay, listen to the other one.
What's the other?
To Pimp a Butterfly. There you go.
So that's the other. So does he only have? How many albums does he have?
He's got 4 or 5.
Okay, but those are the best ones.
I think those are the 2 best ones that he's made.
Yeah.
His first one,
Section
80.
I listened to a few songs. That was good.
And then I haven't listened to that one all the way through either. So I can't comment on that. But then Good Kid, To Pimp Butterfly. And then he made like a 4th one that was like Untitled something.
Yeah, okay.
Which I don't know how good that was or
I
anything.
heard a few songs off there. It was like
And then he made Darn.
Darn.
And then that's it. And then I guess the Black Panther soundtrack, which like not really, but
Yeah,
still.
not really.
Yeah, sure, it's Pimp Butterfly. It's a great album. Great album.
Kendrick Lamar.
Fantano gave it a 10. It's probably pretty good.
Fantano.
We don't have to jump down that.
Yeah, we
rabbit
don't
hole.
jump down that rabbit hole of hate.
Hate. Dude, he might. You better not talk like that, dude. He might give you a light to decent 4.
Oh, wow, you're right.
He might destroy you.
Come after me.
Yeah, is that it?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you for watching, for listening. I don't know if this will be on audio anywhere, but you probably watched it, so
Yeah, you probably. It's a video.
it's a
For
video.
sure.
Just watch it. And if you're listening somehow and this is like on for audio, just go watch the video. And subscribe.
Yeah. Why do we should call this a vodcast?
A
Instead of
vodcast?
a podcast, because it is a video cast.
Sure. But does that get the clicks?
Oh, true. Podcasts are in right now.
Podcasts are in. Podcasts are where it's at.
Bro, you know what's kind of cool? We
Mhm.
could technically be like, oh yeah, podcasts. That we've been doing one for 10 years, so that's cool that you're starting one.
That's true. We've had a corner on the market for 4 or 5 years now. Yeah.
Our first video wasn't it like 9 years ago or something?
Our first video?
Our first JTEF7.
Oh.
Which I count as our first podcast officially.
Sure thing.
That's our first 4 years podcast.
Has to be 9 years ago. That's crazy.
Better be.
But it's
9.
not better be. Not Slytherin.
Not Slytherin.
Not Slytherin. Oh, really?
Oh,
You hear
really,
that?
mate? You don't
All
want to
of
be Slytherin?
Hogwarts, not Slytherin. Harry Potter just requested anything but Slytherin. Just thought everyone should know that. Especially Snape, who's been looking real mean for this whole time. Yeah, so thanks for watching.
Thanks.
Peace. Tell your friends.
Yeah,
Oh, wait,
please.
I have a plug. at
Oh.
the end. I'm making a video currently, and not this video. I'm making a video where Ethan's not in it.
Yeah, you should watch it.
And it's going to be out after this video's out. Probably. I'd say that's probably a safe bet because it's going to take longer to edit. But that is going to come out soon. So check it out. I talk about Quibi, which is a streaming site that you might have heard of that doesn't exist anymore. And I think it's pretty funny. So, yeah, that's my last plug. And, go give Brendan Fraser a big ol'... subscribe to Brendan Fraser. There
Yeah,
you go.
for sure.
Yeah.
Follow that guy.
Follow that guy.
He's just a bag of happiness.
Absolutely. All right, gamers.
All right, gamers. Au revoir.
Au revoir.